Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday night, June 29, 2026, in the year of the Lord Christ? What happened? Again, technical issue? Did I touch something on this stupid computer? Um, I was just finishing some work and, on the drawing board. It's time to just relax and watch a movie or show and pass the fuck out, right? So I hope we had a relaxing weekend this weekend. I hope everyone did. Uh, I played golf. Me and my wife, we just yesterday I did play golf. Me and my wife just what, sir? How did we do Saturday? Saturday we were just home watching soccer. Soccer, not football. All right, soccer. FIFA International World Cup. All right. What did I say? International World Cup? Well, World Cup is the international cup, sir. So, you know, and also Friday there was a game we watched. I think it was Brazil. No, not Brazil game. I was out Friday for my usual with a couple of friends, and the problem with soccer, even for me, I played this game when I was young, and I was a big fan. But I only watched like World Cup. Like I would not watch any other soccer. I would not watch, sir. I just can't. It's just not my game. It's just, I hardly watch any games. Football, yes, towards like when it becomes more interesting. And the same thing with baseball, right? Or basketball, because those are American sports. And I'm not a big, football, yes, I followed for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is, right? But really, I just watch like golf and I play golf and, sometimes tennis, one of those US whatever opens, Melbourne, what's the other one, dude? So on top of that, I am old. I don't know. Not that I'm making an issue out of that, just that soccer is not. The other fucking problem with soccer, I realize, they're just so slow. Like you have to wait like 45 fucking minutes for one goal or two or three at most. You know, so there's not a lot of excitement. You know, it's like minions. These guys, and they're like it's like a video game. It looks like a video game to me now, right? Um, Although I know it's like more fun to watch like live soccer, like a FIFA World Cup game, and my wife was going nuts. She was trying to find tickets. I'm telling her, you can't find tickets unless you're going to spend $4,000 on a fucking ticket at MetLife Stadium. All right? We should have bought those tickets like a long time ago, probably for a couple of $100. But even then, dude. So, next World Cup. All right, if we're here. But, without bashing soccer too much. It's just fun, because it's like once a 4 year, and it's here on our home turf, USA, Canada, and Mexico, right? So it's fun. It's fun to watch, except that I don't want to go fucking crazy. Sports is just fun to watch. I, in any case, all right. So enough about soccer. I was talking to a friend of mine, and an older guy out in Queens. He lives at the border of, Long Island, long, strong island. All right, and a lot of us who have immigrated here, we have gone through a lot of like ups and downs, and but now he's there out there with his family, and and so we were talking about actually like going upstate somewhere like about, not about, north of like Bear Mountains, and just staying in an Airbnb for like 2 days. So I had to talk to other people. I mean, I don't know. At the same time, like staying up there 2 days just sounds fun. I mean, this is the time we should actually. This is the fucking week. It's like it's going to be 100 degrees. All right. I don't know, but we got to make some plans. All right. So let's see. I mean, my wife is into it. So I'll see. So, well, I mean, it's not cheap up there to stay in an Airbnb for like 2 days. I wish I had like fucking something outside this fucking city, man. So in any case, it's 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, 3 months of summer, and then cold and depression. Winters here are just fucking awful, dude. Fucking awful. And I don't even want to think about that. But I was thinking about that today, while we are enjoying the summertime in this weather, and you can walk around in a t-shirt and shorts, right? And I was thinking about, okay, what's the plan when the fucking temperatures go down, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go to like Florida? Where? You have to plan it this time, so you can't just like fucking do things unplanned when there's a storm comes, and then you are trying to run away, and then you're scrambling to find a place and flights and all. Because I'm not a good planner to do long-term planning. That's not my thing. But this time we gotta do it. Either we gotta go to Islamabad to see my parents, my other siblings, and she has to see her, you know, mother, and they're all our parents are old, and whatever we I shouldn't say we. My wife takes care of her mother. She has taken care of her last year, and etc. And I try to do that, and despite like me and my father's relationship, it's just like I don't want to fucking talk about that. But when you have older parents, I mean, I should say that I'm lucky that both of them are alive. We are lucky, and I should just, and anybody, um, if you can, just give them whatever they need, because this life is just sort of like an experiment, or some sort of I have a feeling that this is like a passage. It's like a passage of what, right? What, I can't even fucking say words. Passage, or it's like we are passing through, you know, all of us. But at the same time, this is the only reality we know, all right? And our parents are the ones who brought us into this world. Uh, they did whatever they could to raise us, and feed us and everything. So I'm grateful for them. Uh, and things just change over time. And I understand that I was MIA, and it's just that I have to say this, that every relationship has its own fucking problems. Everybody has to go through that. But I just want my parents, both of them, to be happy at this point in time in their lives. That's all. I love them. So that's all. Um, without getting emotional. All right, everyone. That's that's a tough, that's a tough sort of idea, notion, right? Okay, so you are here in this world because of your parents. They are the ones who brought you here. They brought you up, or maybe, whoever brought you up, whatever, right? And I hope you had a good upbringing, and nothing is perfect. Remember this, nothing's perfect in this world, and especially where we come from, there's nothing, I mean, poor, like dirt poor families, and just all we could do was grow potatoes, eat apricots, and I mean, that's really, like, my mother used to, like, grow all kinds of vegetables, and that's how we subsisted on our own produce, and we had cows and chicken, and I kind of miss that life, man. We had a large yard around the whole house, and it was just nice. Although there were a lot of things, we didn't have any money. There were a lot of things, we didn't have electricity. There was no concept as video games, computers, or any of that. I mean, all those, I think computers, video games, all those things came later, even in this part of the world. Although in this part of the world, the problem wasn't electricity even then, right? But regardless, at this point in time, again, I just want my parents to be happy. That's all. I wish I could bring them here. They could stay with me summer and blah blah blah. Right? You just I wish I had a house, and then maybe you know, my wife's mother, she could visit here. She would, hopefully, and my mother-in-law, and it just where am I going with this topic? All right, okay. So I think that the the light that just went off in my brain when I just talked about our randomness, talked about my parents, and how we are connected to them, obviously through DNA, right? So is the DNA connected, you know, uh, through like dimensional space and time? I had a fucking idea. What am I talking about? I have no idea what I'm talking about, but the connection to our parents, because they were the first people to actually be mother, especially, and so rest is like okay. So this is where I was going with this whole, like, topic. All right. So sometimes, I go into this, like, existential fucking black hole of life, and especially when I can't sleep at night and all kinds of fucking thoughts come into my mind, right? And I just fall into this abyss of, okay, it's not an abyss, but it's that reality. If you come to some sort of a conclusion, is that we are brought here by our parents, right? As these Homo sapiens advanced species, the most advanced species on this fucking planet, through our brain and our whatever, right? And the rest is what we learn from the society, from our environment, and everything, whatever religion or everything else, right? Everything else is just what we experience here. Of course. Okay, so what's the point here? The point here is that we are born as these animal, like, biological machines, and and oh yeah, okay, so this is the point. Okay, another point. Jesus Christ. The point is that they are our first, like everything, right? When you're born, and maybe because I don't understand how it is to be a parent, because I never was. I don't have any kids, and I think I don't want to think, and I don't want to talk about that. What I talked about last time in my podcast is well, why not, and all that other existential goddamn question, right? Please don't hang up on me. Computer is making a lot of fucking noise. I'm sorry. All right, so then rest of what we experience here is is uh, whatever we feel connection. Okay, so this is what I understand. So the connection is that you basically, your first connection is obviously with your parents, right? Because they're the first, like, in line with your DNA, right? They're the first closest to your DNA, right? I think the DNA has that connection somehow, is some sort of a spiritual connection, which is through other fucking, I don't know, through ether, right? Whatever it is. Uh, I don't know, dark space, dark time. What the hell am I saying? Dark matter, dark matter, right? All right, let's say that, all right? And and so uh, and then your siblings, right? Obviously, your siblings, and then after that, if you have a kid, then that becomes your, again, your repetition of what your parents did, right? So this becomes your DNA. You are basically propagating your DNA, and so okay, so what does that mean? That means that your connection to your parents, as long as they're alive, is the connection, your connection into this world, I think. Because you still are, again, through that whatever ether, you're connected to the DNA, all right? But once you have a child, I think that it eases that sort of, like, then you feel like, okay, now I am what they were, sort of, right? And and if you are going to basically propagate your DNA, I think that basically becomes that spiritual whatever, also, like, it's like, okay, man, you're gonna die, but then your DNA has already, reproduced itself through your kids. So you are not really dead. So the base of your body which is your DNA. That the DNA or is that the chromosome? What is it? What is it? What is it? Is DNA in the chromosome or is chromosomes in the DNA? I don't want to sound like a fucking fool, all right? I'm sorry. But that's something that um, also I think that's more philosophical than like Bruins saying that, oh, you know what? Okay, so by the way, I think by the way of natural progression of life on this planet and any other planets where there's life and there's perpetual life, right? Not perpetual, like, with reproduction and all that. That's what it's supposed to be. You are just now at ease. I think that's what it is. A lot of us, we don't have any kids. I'm not saying that we're not at ease, but then our connection, it just becomes, it's like a weird. I think it becomes weird because I'm already feeling it. I think women feel that more than us guys, but I don't know. I just feel like that's the lineage of, like, sort of like the alien technology that propagates itself through, reproduction of human DNA. All right, what the hell I did I just said I don't. I mean, I hope I made some fucking sense. The bottom line, the point is that, okay, so we have this system where, from the get-go, from the beginning of, cellular biology and everything else, we have this technology given to us by the aliens, wherever it came from, that we can reproduce. All right. So for reproduction, there's sex, right? Obviously, right? In animals, and then there's sex in fucking plants. I don't get into that. I don't fucking idea how they do it, but whatever, right? That's the needs. And so all these things are part of our human body, and that's the system that's in place on this planet. Now, unless we have, some sort of a way for us to be the gods or the aliens, and we start producing these other beings, our offsprings, in the fucking, factories. And I'm not talking about, Optimus Prime that Elon Musk is trying to create, right? Is that his fucking robot, Optimus Prime? I have no idea. But I'm saying that may be, unless that's where we go, and I'm not talking about test tube babies and like cloning and all that. That's all fucking different. I mean, uh, technology, that, reproduction related, but sort of, not really. All right. So is that is does that mean that we actually basically we have to somehow spread our DNA into the future? I don't know what happens to us. I don't want to get into that fucking topic. But in any case, so I did have, just to change the subject, I did have lunch and brunch with my ex-colleagues. It was nice to see them. Everybody's getting old. I'm fucking getting old, and it's just like, dude, time doesn't stop, and it goes in one direction. It's unidirectional. Time goes forward. All right. Unless you have the technologies to step out of the time, and you're looking at time and you can see it moving and moving and moving, and it's like fucking, where is it going? I have a fucking idea. Towards the eternity, probably. And what's the eternity? Now, this term eternity sounds so freaking like boring, honestly. It's like eternity. Really? like, change. There's no change. There's no like excitement. I don't know. I have to start meditating and find out that I mean, I'm an engineer. I like to experience things through experience, to believe or anything. That's how my fucking brain works, you know. I just can't just believe, you know. At the same time, I'm not a total like Western reductionist mind, because if you look at this fucking universe, it just it has been there, but okay, what, and the distances we have like so fucking huge and like between stars, it's just a fucking I don't know fucking idea. So the whole idea of saying that, oh, there's just this is what it is and it has just been, to an extent I believe it, but at the same time I also don't believe that this is it, that there might be some other reality. I mean, psychedelics tell you already that, yeah, of course, you take fucking DMT, smoke DMT, or take ayahuasca, and you feel like you are in some other fucking dimension within your own brain, all right? And so that's it. That's it. That's my podcast. I presume you all are having a great week, and I wanted to say this is 250th anniversary of this country, this great country, and I appreciate. I have to appreciate that I'm here. I don't have to worry about running water, taking a shower, or electricity not being there, or heating or cooling, any of that. And yeah, we got a lot of problems in this country. Which country doesn't have any problems? Um, Relatively, I think we are better than than I don't want to say any other country, but I don't. I mean, even we were talking about, I'm not a big fan of Europe, although I understand it's beautiful and it's this and that, but and then I don't want to talk politics, but I just don't agree with a lot of things they do, and just like, I mean, yeah, we got a lot of corruption here too, and a lot of problems, but I think our system and the way it's set up, politicians are going to be fucking politicians. They're going to drag you into that direction, other fucking direction. But this logic always makes sense, all right? Without being in one fucking, league or the other fucking tribe, or, just everybody, wants the same thing. It's just that you got to work towards it. And that's it. Happy 4th to all of you, and I'll talk to you next week.